Good, Mike. Good. Thank you.
Good to have you on the podcast, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
And thank you for basically this place belongs to Gaurav. We are not at we're not at the studio where in general, we shoot our podcast. So this is Gaurav's house, and it's about midnight. So
Right.
thank you for letting us in. Yeah.
No worries, Mike. You're welcome. And every time you come.
So Gaurav, tell me what you are doing these days.
Nothing. Normal life. Working from 12 in the afternoon till 9 in the evening. And I get 2 days off, so I try to go out, have some fun with my family. Sometimes I go out with my friends.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to that motorcycle ride? You said you went for like 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah,
Was I?
I mean, yes. So I'm a part of a group. So
You
we
are?
all ride motorcycles.
Okay.
One of the members, you met him, Arun.
Okay. Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
tall guy?
Yeah.
We went to that cancer ride.
Yeah.
So with him and few other people, I went to Omkareshwar. So that's around 1,000 kilometers from here.
Okay.
So it was around 2,000 kilometers ride.
So were you riding solo? Or you were riding with the
I
pillion?
was. I was riding solo on my bike. There
Okay.
was no pillion, but there were other bikes as well. So there were 4 or 5 bikes and then one car.
Right.
Yes.
And how much time did it take?
I mean, that was a hell of a ride, man. I can't tell you. I thought that it would be easy for me because I did around 500, 600 kilometers before.
Okay.
So it was easy for me. So I thought 1,000 kilometers would again not be a problem for me. But then when I reached there, it took me around a day or two to recover.
Yeah.
I was dead tired. I was exhausted. I
Yep.
did not have any idea that I would get so tired that I would not be able to, wake up on time and do what we planned to do on that ride. So I stayed in the hotel for 2 days and then we went on with our plan and finally came back.
Okay.
It was a hell of a ride.
And you said that during that ride, I had a word with you. You said that there was a time you felt that you're done with the bike ride. You're not doing it
Yes, I
again.
mean,
Tell me what was
on
that?
the way back, I wanted to stay. I wanted to take a halt in between. We were in Jaipur, I believe.
Okay.
From Omkareshwar to Jaipur, we rode continuously, and I asked if we could take a break there and maybe spend. I wanted to spend a night there.
Yep.
It was night. It was really difficult to see on the road, and there was a lot of traffic as well. And I got tired, so I stopped my bike. I stopped everyone, and I asked if we could stop there. And
Yeah.
so some of them they had work the next day. So,
Okay.
it was like Sunday, so next day was Monday, so they wanted to come back to Delhi so that they could join their office on Monday.
Right.
Even I had my office on Monday, but as you know, nowadays I work from home due to Corona, and also I had my laptop with me, so I thought I would just stay there and log in from. some
But what
hotel.
made you think that it's
Yeah,
okay?
so
You're
I'm
done
telling
with
you, so
it.
they did not stay. They did not. They did not agree with me, and they said, "No, you gotta continue riding." And they were trying to motivate me. They were, trying to kind of force me.
Okay.
They said it's just around 250 now. We made this far. Jaipur,
All right.
Delhi is nothing, just
Yeah.
300
Exactly.
kilometers. and you
That's
can-
that's perfect.
So I said, okay. So
Okay.
somehow I mustered up some courage and I thought, okay. So I rode around 15, 20 kilometers and I could feel that pain in my back. And, there was a moment, yes, I'll tell you what made me say that, what I told you the other day. So it was a very bad road, a lot
Okay.
of potholes everywhere on the road. And I was about to take a fall because of that.
Oh. Okay.
Somehow I managed and maneuver and went ahead. Luckily, I did not fall. So that time I realized, okay, man, I think that's a sign now.
Okay.
Yeah, because trust me,
Yeah.
had I fallen that
Yeah, it
night,
would have been
it
crazy.
would have
Yeah.
been crazy, trust me.
Yeah.
Because I was riding at around 80, 90,
Oh.
and trust me, it would have been very bad. So I thought, okay, man, I'm done with this shit now. And somehow I prayed to God and I said, okay, let's continue.
All
And
right.
I went ahead. I did not talk to anybody. I did not see whether my friends were behind me or not. They were trying to figure out where I was. They were calling me, and I was connected to them through.
All right. Intercom.
Yes, through
Okay.
intercom. But it had a range,
It's about 1 kilometer.
Yeah, so if you are within 1 kilometer, then you can talk to your friends who are riding.
Yeah,
with you.
that's like one thing I know you're bad at, because
yeah.
the last time, we were riding with one earbud in my ear and
Oh,
the second
I
one is
dropped
in, and I was playing the music, and he could listen to the music for like, even after that earbud was like, it fell down like 10 kilometers
Yes,
before.
I did not realize I dropped it somewhere.
All right. So, Gaurav, before it turns into a total motorcycle podcast, I have
Let's move to.
Let's.
something else now. So that was the only reason. But
Okay.
I came back, and maybe after a week I was fine, and I went on a Sunday ride again. So now I did not stop riding there.
So tell me,
So
who
just- yeah.
tell me who is Gaurav?
That's a difficult question, mommy. That's a hard one. Because see, it's really difficult.
What makes you who you are right now? What path did you choose? And
For that, I have to go back a bit.
yeah, tell me the story.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It won't take long though. It's a simple story. So I'll tell you. When I was in school, I was a good student, I would say. But at the back of my head, even when I was in school, I always had one thought, and that was, who created this world? Why God made us? When I gained some knowledge about people, and when I went to school, I met my friends and all, so I felt very comfortable with their lives, as children are normally, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
play and they just go on with their lives, and they don't care much about anything in their life. They just enjoy their life. But unlike other kids, I had this thought, and which bothered me a lot, and I would just wonder about the mystery of this creation. I would think about the earth, the sky, and I was so curious to know who made these things and who is God and all that. But I could never muster up courage to ask this question to my family members.
What did you do about it?
I did nothing. I could never do anything about it, because I come from a very orthodox family where,
Okay.
my father was a wrestler when he was young, and I hope you know how wrestlers are.
Yeah.
We are from Haryana, so you know how he was. So they're full of life, and if you go to them as a kid and ask them, Dad, what is life and who made this? And so he would just call me crazy. Maybe he would beat me up if I had asked this question to him at that point in time. So I did not. And I thought, okay, let's leave this shit and just go on with your life. And I did. I did well in school. I scored well in every class, every standard.
At what time did you realize that you're different than the league you were in already?
Maybe when I was in 8th standard.
Was
That
there
was the time, because see, by then the curiosity that I had rose,
okay?
and it never went away. I thought that I had got rid of that, but you can't change your mindset. It did not change the way I thought. It did not change my thought process, no matter how big I was when I was in 8th standard. So
What happened?
nothing happened. I would just, sit at the back in the class. I wouldn't talk to anybody. I would just concentrate on my studies, and I would not take part in any extracurricular activities and all. I wouldn't go to the park to play with the kids and all, and my friends would ask me, but I never did. Maybe I was looking for the answers to the questions that I had at that point in time, and I had no idea. I went to, and then I started going to temple, I would just sit in the temple and offer water to Shivling. If you've been to any temple, Shiva temple, I thought because I was told that he is the supreme lord and all, so I thought maybe he would give me the answer. No, I never got any answer. Some peace of mind sitting there and closing my eyes. Remember, I was in 8th standard, so I started doing that, and I was doing well with my studies though. And when I passed my 12th, I went to some gurus, some institutions, some spiritual institutions rather, to seek those answers or answers to the questions that I had. So I got some answers. Maybe that was all spiritual. That's a totally different story. Maybe we can talk about that thing maybe in a different podcast.
Okay.
Right, about the questions that I had and how I got some answers, and I'm still working on some.
So what exactly did that curiosity help you in becoming, in pursuing the career you had to pursue at that point in time?
Yes, I mean, I always wanted to speak to people. I realized when I took commerce in 11th.
Okay.
And I realized that was not for me. I was not interested in that because the only subject that I was interested in was English literature. So I wanted to do it.
All right.
But then it was too late. My friends took commerce in 11th, so I took it too, and I did well in commerce too because I liked accounts, I liked business studies. But then English literature was something that I was always interested in. Then I did not go that way because my friends told me that if you do this, you won't get a good job and all that.
Okay.
So I did not do that. But I always wanted to study English literature. And then I started reading, yes. Reading helped me a lot. Those books, I was in first year. I still remember I started reading and it helped me a lot to do better with my life. I got a lot of answers from those books. But I realized that, the life is too short to experience everything and then apply things. So you learn from others.
All right.
People who have done it. People who have been there where you are today. So they've been there and they wrote their experience. So you can learn a lot from them.
Tell me a couple of things.
Yes, so I'll tell you. For example, I realized that I used to think that maybe I would become a spiritual man or something, and I would leave everything, and maybe family life is not for me and all. Maybe that was the only way to get the answers and everything. But I forgot the name of that book. I read that book, and then I realized that I was wrong. You don't have to give up the family life. You don't have to give up anything to live your life fully, completely, with satisfaction that you want from within. Because if you see, everything doesn't last long. For example, I drink a beer. Okay. I drink it. I enjoy it while it lasts. All right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Once it's over, you're again normal. And so that is momentary. So momentarily you feel, okay, I enjoyed it. But that does not stay with you for a long time.
Yeah.
So I was looking for something which would give me that peace of mind eternally. That it doesn't go away. So somebody would come to me, and anger was my problem at that point in time. Because I told you, I was looking for answers. I did not get those answers.
Yeah.
So I became angry. Somehow that anger took birth in my heart. I started hating people. I started getting envious because I thought that maybe they are right. Because they are so comfortable in their skin that they don't have any questions. Maybe you are mad. You are getting annoyed unnecessarily. I mean, maybe this is the only way. Just wake up, go to college, come back, study, score good, and make your parents proud. Maybe tomorrow you'll get a job, go to job, earn money, and that's the whole purpose of your life. Maybe this is because everybody was doing the same. I did not find any
So basically, you found yourself in a box,
Yes,
and everybody was in a box,
yes.
and for them, it's okay what they're doing.
Okay, I
right?
mean, they were not annoyed.
Yeah.
I could feel it. They were happy from within
And
me.
when exactly did you feel that? When you were in 8th standard?
Yes, that was the first sign I told you. Yeah, but I did not let that thought, bother me because I was studying at that point in time, and I thought maybe this could, if I did go deep into it, maybe I would go crazy. So I thought, okay, leave this thought and maybe, just concentrate on your studies and try to be happy. But I was not happy within. I could not tell this to anybody. So until first year when I started going to spiritual gurus and institutions where I wanted to, get my answers that I was looking for. Then I read books and I realized, okay, maybe I was wrong the whole way. I mean, the questions were valid.
So in the current time, if I were to ask you, what is, as per you, what is the purpose of an individual's life?
It's again, it's a very complicated one. See, I read about karma.
Okay.
So, people whom we are related to, my father, my mother, I have a karmic account with everybody that I know.
All right.
I have a karmic account with you as well. That's how I know you. So it's like a debit and credit. So until the balance sheet matches, you have to be here. So that is one aspect of it. You did something wrong to somebody in your last birth. I believe in rebirth and everything.
Okay.
So you did something wrong with somebody in last birth. That same person takes birth. All right. He becomes acquainted with you in some way. Maybe he becomes related to you in some way. Maybe he becomes your son in this birth.
Yeah.
And then you have a karmic account, an old account from the last birth. You have to match the balance sheet now.
All right.
Right? So it works that way. So that is one aspect of it. But apart from it, why are we here? That was the very first question that I had in my mind when I was in school. Why are we here? Who made this? I mean, look at this. I mean, this question seems so stupid. But I used to see my fingers and I was so amazed. I used to see my hands and my legs. I would see everything so closely. And I would just imagine, who would have thought about creating all these things? That identity, even if he is a person.
You think, so I was reading a book quite recently, and as per the book, they say that, everything that we see includes us. There is a purpose behind it. You were not born for nothing.
Obviously.
You were not born by an accident. It wasn't an accident that you were born, right?
Right.
So the right moment was chosen, the right parents were chosen, the right skin, the race, the nationality, everything was actually decided before you were even, born. Right. So all we have to do, I think, if I give you my insight, because I'm somebody who is curious, and I think everybody is.
Everybody is. I mean, yes. I met a lot of people, and then I realized I was not the only one. I mean, when I went there in those spiritual institutions and all, people were talking about my own story. Yeah. I felt it, the way they were speaking. They were talking
You could
about
relate
themselves.
with that,
yeah,
right?
I could relate with it.
Yeah. So basically, the theory that I got out of it, it's like, everybody has, so there cannot be just one answer to it. Like, what on earth am I here for? So my story might be different than yours, and your story might be different than somebody else, right? So all we have to do is just find a purpose, and that purpose, that's the weird part. We think the purpose is about us. It is not.
No, it is.
It is about the Almighty who has created. So there is a creator, right? So the purpose is about him. It's not about us.
Right.
We cannot just look within.
Right.
You can't. For an example, if you have a machine, the machine cannot fix itself. Is it?
Obviously, even I told you when I went there, and so the solution that they gave me was, it was like, look within. I mean, it's too abstract. I mean, how do you look within? I mean, You just say it. It's a simple sentence. Look within. How do you do that?
How do you do it? Yeah.
I mean, to a layman, he wouldn't understand.
Yeah,
So
for
similarly,
sure,
I couldn't get it. How do I see within? And what am I looking for within? Though it has a different, very deep meaning, which I got to know later. And I'm practicing, meditation and all, and it helps. It gives you a lot of answers. It does, and it helped me a lot, about my perception about life. When I was studying when I was studying in school, and when I was in first year. So I heard somebody saying, life is a black man's left ass. Life is a black man's left ass. It ain't right, it ain't fair. All right, and I believed it. I said, yes, that is life. I thought, okay.
But why there is a black man? The guy was racist, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but look at the meaning hidden in this.
That's for sure.
It ain't right because it is left. It ain't fair because it is black. But it has a different meaning as well. Life was not right for me. Life was not fair for me because I was upset. I was looking for answers. So somebody, in my first year, my friend, one of my friends, he asked me, "Hey Gaurav, what is life to you?" And I told him the same thing. I said, life is a black man's left ass. It ain't right. It ain't fair. And he said, okay, maybe.
But that's...
After some time, this is the main part. After some time, he comes to me and he says, but Gaurav, do you think life can be a white man's right ass? It is right, it is fair. That changed my perception. I said, oh, yes, life can be a white man's right ass, and it is right, it is fair. So it's all about your mind, how you perceive.
Yeah.
How you perceive it. And somehow, it helped me change my perception about life. And now, for me, life was a white man's right ass. It was right, it was fair.
That's what this